guys to know that today has been a very hard filming day. So please subscribe and like this video because this animal here is whining because the two other members of our family are outside playing in the snow. And she does not like that they're throwing each other down and hitting each other with snowballs. So it's very difficult. So ignore her whining, please, and thank you.
So first we're going to get our bell peppers. I'm going to slice these julienne, and then we're going to slice the cucumber. The sushi rice is cooking, so let's get cutting.
He ain't gonna treat you like me. No ring on my hand, but I found my wifey, and she better than like every single girl that I see. I just wanna let you know that every message I seen, and now I ain't reply cause I don't trust your typing. Been to Garfield, but I can't be a roadie. Nobody in my stands, and I'm yelling, go me. I knew it would be different if I stayed with Garcia. She taught me seize the day, don't let the day seize me. Still think of her, but does she think about me? Vibes I had with her are more vibes that I need. Miss our good moments while we lived a bad dream. And to this day, I'm still fighting things that I seen. Sometimes I want to go back and say things that I hold back.
So for the sashimi, which is like the raw tuna, I'm going to take my Roma tomatoes and I'm just going to cut a little X in the bottom, because what I'm going to do with these ones is boil them for about 3 to 5 minutes so it's easy to peel the skin off. And then I'm going to marinate them, which I'll share the marinade with you so that we can have it taste like sashimi. Here are the tomatoes. They've been in here for about 3 to 5 minutes. I'm going to take these out and put them in an ice bath. These are the tomatoes in the ice bath. I'm going to let them sit for about 3 minutes. You can see the smoke coming off of them still. But you can also see the skin that is peeling off, and that was the purpose of scoring the top of them, as well as boiling them so they're easier to peel. Okay guys, I'm so excited. The sushi rice is done. I always put mine into this big plastic old bowl that I only use for my rice usually, so that I can mix it with the vinegar. So let me get this in here. You see it's still hot, that's why the camera lens is doing that. I don't have AmiraCole here, so hopefully I do this right, but this is the vinegar that I use for my sushi. Just kidding. She told me how to remember. It should be this way. So this is the one that we use. If you hear the crunching, it's because my son is in my ear eating seeded grapes. Sheesh. Anyways, so I'm going to put in some of the vinegar. Did you see that rice just roll down on its own? So I have some that's already open, and I'm going to probably use the rest of that. So this amount of rice is 4 cups of the sushi rice. I guess I should show you that as well. I will show you that in a minute. To 5 cups of water, and I did it in my rice cooker. I do not measure the vinegar. I just go off of what I think it should be. Ooh. And when you put it on that steamy rice, the vinegar, ooh, fumes go up your nose. And it like burns your nose hairs. But the best way to know if this is seasoned properly is you should taste it, because that's the only way to really know. I'm gonna add a little more just because I think I need to. Actually, I'm gonna add the rest of it. If it's not good, then more sushi for me. Oh my gosh, it's so strong when you get those fumes in your nose from the vinegar. Okay, so AmiraCole has the rice. It's that one, Nico. Thank you, AmiraCole. So the first one that we're gonna do is by far the easiest, and it is called Inari. Very simple. The hardest part is cooking the rice, and my youngest loves it probably the best. So let me get that set up. Oh, let me show you what that is first. This is what it looks like. And it's just pockets of tofu. I know it's none of it is in English, but this is the packet that I get, and it's called Inari. So they're little, you can see right there, they're little pockets, and then I'm gonna stuff it with the rice and season it with the seaweed flakes. This will be sushi number 1. Let's get started. So these are the Inari outside of the pack, and like I said, they are just little pockets. So you see how I just open that up? And these are so easy because the only thing I have to do is stuff them. I don't know if I usually do it with my hand or a spoon. I feel like a spoon. But you're gonna stuff it. Sorry, I'm gonna put it over the rice bowl for a sec. I didn't plan this out. But anyways, so you just stuff it with rice. See, it's a perfect little pocket or purse of the sushied rice. Let's do that again. Open it up. It's a little pocket. I'm gonna grab some rice. And it's even okay if you rip them because they're so forgiving. You can just set that side down. It's fine. So that's how you do it. I'm gonna go ahead and get some more of these done, and then I will show you what I put on top of them. Okay, next up is the vegan sashimi. So I'm going to make a marinade for our tomato that you've seen that I did boil so that we can skin it, but we do have to marinate it to give it the flavor. So I like to use liquid aminos. You can use soy sauce. I prefer the liquid aminos. And I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons of that in here. You don't need a whole lot. And then I'm going to do my rice vinegar, which is, this is the kind that I have. And again, that is 2 teaspoons. 1, 2, that is a little more than 2 teaspoons. Next, I'm going to put in a ½ teaspoon of ginger, which is there. And lastly, I'm gonna put in a tablespoon of honey. And I'm probably gonna put in more than a tablespoon because I like it sweet, as you all know. So I'm gonna get that in there. And then I'm just gonna whisk this up and see does it have the proper taste profile. I'm looking for my whisk. Okay, so I found the whisk and I got it all whisked up. And now to give it that seafood or fishy taste, I'm going to add in a tablespoon of, this is what I'm going to use. You can use kelp powder, you can just use seaweed if you have it, but I like using this one. What did I do with my tablespoon? Alright, so a tablespoon of this one, and that, like I said, will give it a fishy type taste. Just because I don't think it's thick enough already, I am going to add some more honey. It's gonna be about another tablespoon. Again, if you don't, you can do your ingredients how you like. This is how I like to do my marinade for it, and it gives it a terrific taste. So now what I'm gonna do is put this in like a flat glass container. Like this one, because I'm gonna get my tomatoes cut up and put in here so they can marinate, so that we can start on the sashimi. Vegan tuna, stay tuned. Okay, so I have the marinade done. Now we are going to move on to these tomatoes. They are already peeled. These are the ones that I boiled, they're already peeled. I'm gonna cut them into quarters. And honestly, for this recipe, the more that they are ripe, the better. I don't think these are that ripe, but I made this the other day and it was so good I wanted to make it again. And so I figured, why not share with the people? So you see, and we're going to put these in the marinade. And it's amazing, I promise. So remember, I put 6 of them. We boiled 6 of the Roma tomatoes. And we want to get all the seeds and the flesh and stuff out. And depending on how big of the rice balls that you're going to do, you can cut these down. I think last time I cut them down too small and I wanted more of the tomato. So I'm not going to cut these down. Again, you feel free if you like. So we have all 6 of the Roma tomatoes all cut up with all of the insides pulled out. Again, you can cut these into smaller pieces, but when I made it the other night, 2 nights ago, I wanted more of this flavor, and so I figured I'm gonna leave these ones a little bigger. Besides, if you've been watching for any amount of time, you know I love to stuff my mouth, and so I want to make these bigger this time. And so I have the bigger pieces. So I'm going to let this marinate, and I'm going to move on to the traditional sushi. So this can marinate, and then we'll do these last. So we have our saran wrap laid out. This is the kind that I'm going to use, the roasted seaweed. And you remember we already did the vinegared rice. So we're going to take one out. Those are super, super fragile, so be mindful of that. So I got my rice, little handy dandy spatula. I like to lay the rice on the side that is more rigid. There's like a smooth, shiny side, and then there is a rough, rigid side. And I feel like I'm putting a whole lot of rice, so that is enough rice for this one. We already chopped the vegetables. Ideally, I love these with avocado, but our avocados are super, super, super hard, so I can't put avocados in these ones. But the joy of sushi is you can stuff it however you want. You can put meat, you can put beef, chicken, pork. You can keep them vegan. You can put some of the vegan sashimi in it if that's the flavor that you're looking for. I don't know if you guys can hear all that noise. We had a little winter storm last night, and so my youngest is out on the balcony shoveling snow. So I hope you can hear me just fine. Maybe we'll show you guys what's going on outside. Okay, so I got the seaweed, which is the Ajinori Fukaki, is how I pronounce it. I think it sounded amazing. I don't know if that's how you say it though. So I'm gonna sprinkle some of this right on here. And you know, there's 2 ways of even doing this. You can do it with the rice on the inside, or you can do it with the rice on the outside. So for this one, we'll do it with the rice on the inside, just so I can show you the final presentation. So first I'm going to put some of my yellow bell peppers down. I'm smiling because my doggy wants to go outside because my youngest son is outside. Okay, so we have our cucumbers down, we have our red bell pepper and our yellow bell pepper. Again, I love it with seaweed. I mean, I already have seaweed with avocado, but I don't have any avocado for this one. So we're just gonna roll it. So you see I'm gonna pull the saran wrap and start to wrap it around those vegetables. And you just keep going and wrapping. And I like it super tight. And you will get another chance to see this because we're going to do the one with the rice on the outside next. I am not wasteful, so I'm going to use the same saran wrap to wrap these up because you want them to set for a minute. So there's the first one. Okay, so we did the first one, and remember I showed you or told you guys that there's a rough side and a shiny side. So this is the rough side. You can kind of see ridges and stuff. And then if I flipped it over, this is more shiny and flat. I hope you can tell the difference. But I like to roll mine on that rough side. So again, all we're gonna do for starters is put our vinegared rice down. Fun fact, most people, when I tell them how much I love sushi, they're like surprised because they're like, oh my gosh, you can't eat that, aren't you vegan? And it's funny because sushi just means vinegared rice. So you can just eat a ball of vinegar rice and you're eating sushi. That's why it has other names in front of it. Like this sashimi, which we're gonna make later, has to be called sashimi sushi because sashimi just means raw, fresh fish. So yeah, I guess technically we're not having sashimi then, huh? Because it's tomatoes. But so we're gonna make this one, and again, I'm gonna smooth the rice out, but this one we are going to make, I think I mentioned it in the beginning, the rice on the outside instead of the inside. I think by far, my husband prefers the rice on the outside instead of the inside. I don't mind it anyway, either of the ways, because I like them all. My favorite is the sashimi though. So, all right. I'm gonna put a little more because I don't like pockets of seaweed just hanging out. Okay, so now we're gonna sprinkle some of this all over the top. I like the seaweed. I think that's enough. So here's the part that is different than the other side, because remember, we're doing the rice on the outside. So the way that we're gonna do that is I'm going to put a layer of saran wrap on top of this one. Whoa. And then I'm gonna make sure it's good and flat, and I'm just gonna flip it over. Simple. I hope you got that. If not, the editor will put it in slow motion for you.
I can tell that you're against me, so let's not play it off. I'm Samson, she Delilah, trying to cut all my locks. Only trusted you.
And then I'm gonna take this one off. Sometimes I save them, sometimes I not, and I don't. It depends, we'll see. Now, same thing, we'll just do the same filling. We're gonna do some bell pepper, red and yellow, with our cucumber, and then we're gonna roll it the same way. We start with pulling the saran wrap, and then you're going to tuck and roll. It reminds me of the cinnamon roll. If any of you watched that video, if not, you have to go watch it. It's the most popular video on my channel. And so then the same thing, I'm going to utilize this same saran wrap and roll it up and place it in the refrigerator. Okay, next up is by far my favorite one. But first for this one, because you're gonna get your hands a little dirty. Not really dirty, because that's gross. But you're gonna wet your hands and then get a spoonful of rice and just ball it around in your hand. You wanna make a little ball of rice. And then once you get that, you kind of shape it so it's a cute little shape, and you put it down. Now remember those tomatoes that we marinated earlier to make the sashimi, and then we just lay one on top. So let's do that again. I like my handy dandy wooden spoon, as you guys know. And that one is super small. That's like a baby size. So I'm making this one a little bigger because I like to stuff my mouth. And like, that's not enough to be stuffing my mouth with. So, yeah. I'm gonna show you one more time. We don't want this video to be too terribly long because we're doing sushi 3 ways. Really 4 if you count the one where the rice is on the outside versus the inside. That's sushi 4 ways. And so we don't want it to be too long. And I want to eat the sushi. So there is that. So I'm gonna just sit here and continue to do this, and then I will show you them all done and ready, and we will go and do a taste test of all of them. Sound good? See you in a bit. All right, guys, so we're done. Now we're gonna plate it up and do the test, the taste test. So first we're going to take the seaweed with the sushi with the seaweed on the outside. And we're just gonna cut these up into yummy, edible bites. I should probably cut these a little smaller since we're gonna taste these on camera, and I don't need to have seaweed all in my mouth while I'm trying to talk. So there's that one. And I don't know if you can see it, but I'm sure we'll zoom in, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. It's all zoomed in now.
All right, so that's that one. We're gonna put about 2 or 3 down so AmiraCole and I can taste. Next, I'm going to cut the roll.
Okay, pause. Not actually pause. I'm vlogging right now, but I want you guys to know that today has been a very hard filming day. So please subscribe and like this video, because this animal here is whining because the 2 other members of our family are outside playing in the snow, and she does not like that they're throwing each other down and hitting each other with snowballs. So it's very difficult. So ignore her whining, please.
All right, so the next one we're gonna do is the one with the rice on the outside. These probably have like special names, but I really don't know what it is. So same thing, I'm gonna just cut these into little pieces. And I'm not gonna use them all because I made so many different types of sushi that everyone may not be getting any, but my husband loves them, so he does already have one in the refrigerator. I should have left my little water bowl because rice is all over my hands. Okay, next we have the sashimi ones done, but I like to brush them with some of the marinade because number one, it gives it super flavor. And then it just makes them shiny and pretty. So that's what I'm doing now before I put these on the plate. And like I mentioned, these ones are my favorite. They're so good. Don't get any on my shirt. This is like my new sweatshirt, and I'm. All right, so now we're gonna put some of the sashimi on the plate because we're going to taste that as well. I keep feeling my sweatshirt is super wet. I'm gonna put 4 of these just because we both, AmiraCole and I both love these. All right, so we got that one done. I'm gonna set those off to the side. I might as well set this to the side too, because we're done with that one. And now remember the first one that we did, which is the Inari. And the Inari was the tofu pockets. And this is a simple one to do. All I do is I sprinkle with the ajinori fukaki. I think that's how you pronounce it. There's a little bit in this one. I'll use this one first. And so I just sprinkle them all the way across, honestly. There's no like special way that I do it. Because I think the seaweed is so good. And then I do my own homemade sauce. My husband made this batch, but we do our own homemade sauce. I've shared this numerous times on any of the Asian videos that I've done. I've shared this recipe. Again, it's just honey, it's sriracha, and it's coconut aminos. You adjust those 3 ingredients to your liking. You can do equal parts of each. We do equal parts of the coconut aminos and the sriracha, but do more honey. So it's up to you how you do it. But again, I'm just gonna drizzle some of this on the ones that I'm going to plate up. And for this one, I'm putting 4 as well, because like I said, we love these ones. So excited. Like, we love sushi around here. I don't know if you can tell, but the majority of my videos are Asian type cooking because They keep falling. Because I love cooking Asian food. It's one of my favorites. Before, my daughter's favorite was the Italian, but now suddenly she's all into Asian as well. One of the things I forgot to mention is on the sashimi one, I like to put the pickled ginger. So that's what I'm doing on here now. I like pickled ginger on all of them, honestly. But for that one, it's like a must. So we're going to get down to the tasting. AmiraCole, are you going to join me on camera?
I most certainly will.
Move these to the side. I got your little handy dandy chopsticks, everyone knows.
Yep.
What are you gonna try first?
I'm gonna do the sashimi because I didn't do the chopsticks.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do the seaweed with this, I keep calling it seaweed. The sushi with the seaweed on the outside. Did you lock one on? Oh, okay.
This rice is not hard enough.
Of course, blame the rice. Anyways.
The rice. I'll do this one instead. How much is eating?
So, I would love to try to bite this, but I don't think I can. So just forgive me for stuffing my mouth.
It's good.
One of the issues with the seaweed on the outside, and you stuff your mouth like I do, it like soaks up all of your liquid in your mouth, and then it's dry, and then when you're trying to chew it and get it down, it like chokes you.
Take more time.
So don't stuff your face. Don't be a pig. Can you give me that sauce?
Yes, I can. There you go. These are my vlog style. Sit here. Stuff my faces.
I am gonna bite this one just because.
Who does that? You don't bite. Here he comes. Don't watch TV, Hannah.
Is there seaweed on my face? Wow.
Whoa. See, I can't even one of your chopsticks.
That's what you get.
We're just gonna put some sauce
So
in
for
there.
the rice one, sorry, I just cut you off. The rice one is way better than the seaweed on the outside, but I wanted to show you guys two different ways.
It is way better. I never had it like that before. I'm doing Inari.
I'm doing the last one. I already tasted it, so I don't have to comment.
You gotta save the best for last, which is this.
I hope you can hear me smacking, because I am. Still no seaweed in my face? Wow.
You want my face?
It's your mole. I keep looking, thinking, but it's your mole.
I'm the queen of snacking. But I have manners. Watch. I will find this time.
The queen of manners stuffed her face. Did you put this whole thing in your mouth? That's so disrespectful. Who's her mother? Who's her parents? Who raised her?
Okay.
What's amazing is she's like Miss Sophisticated with her chopsticks. But because she loves sushi, the main dish you need chopsticks with is the one that she's not going to use them for. Now, I'll show you how to properly eat this. You bite it in half.
And she made some water.
I'm getting full already.
Yeah, it's quite satisfying. This rice is falling apart.
Oh, wow. A lot.
Yeah.
So she mentioned earlier how this tofu is super sweet and it's called Inari. So I showed you guys the pack, but it's just a pocket of tofu and it's marinated, and then I put the sushi rice in there with the seaweed, and then a little bit of our homemade sauce. And stuff it in your mouth.
There you have me now. You're staying together. I'm like full. Sushi does that to you.
Yeah, sushi really is filling. But it doesn't last long. Because about 30 to 45 minutes, I'm going to be hungry again. Alright, so this is the one where it's the vinegared rice ball with the marinated tomato to make it like a sashimi. And then I put the pickled ginger on top. This I already know is amazing.
It is amazing. You had this yesterday? Friday.
The sauce isn't necessary, but I might as well go out with the thing, right?
My belly.
Well, yeah, I'm full. But what I love about this, it doesn't get any fresher, any less processed, because what we have is some rice, vegetables, because this is just the tomato and the ginger. The other one, like I said, we had the bell peppers, cucumbers and seaweed. And then for this, it's tofu, which is soybeans, and the rice. Like, imagine how you would feel if you ate like this every day. And this, you don't have to make it vegan. You don't have to make it vegetarian. You can put whatever you want in this. So we're gonna end this one for now. This is like one of 3 or 4 meals that I have to film today.
Yeah.
So
subscribe.
Like. Because you really don't want to miss out on what is to come. We're gonna have some banana cake coming. We're having some pad thai coming, some fried rice coming, egg rolls coming. What else do we have?
Steak
Macaroni and cheese, steak and potatoes. Like, there's a lot of stuff coming. So whichever one you want to see first, go ahead and comment below and let me know. But again, subscribe. Like, and what are you waiting for?
Turn on post notifications that you know when she posts. Yeah, my stomach over here, like, making sounds. It's already like, don't put anything else in my mouth. I'm so thirsty.
Alright, you can end it.
Okay. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Are you gonna?
Bye.
Skeletons in my closet, keep making deposits to all of the thoughts that